Alright. It's time for Diamond in the Rough. And alright, here he is, up in the top right-hand side of the map, representing Psystorm. He is, of course, the creative Terran player. He who brings out a very different style of Terran. Has been at it for a long time. Many years. But definitely the excitement around the Florencio files inspired me. I was like, you know what, let's do this show. And so far, it's been a big feedback. Where are the episodes? Where is more Diamond in the Rough? We're trying to make sure I put out at least 2 episodes of this every week, along with Flo. And we're also trying to put out at least 1 or 2 episodes of King of Cannons each week as well. At some point, Boom is going to send me more replays. We will continue Kaboom, baby. A lot of people have been asking for more replays from her, but she's been like, don't have any amazing builds to send. You know, she's more gun shy on it, whereas someone like Ruff or Florencio, where every game is insane, seem to have a bit more of a store. Down here in the bottom left-hand side, of course, the Protoss player, it is King Felix G. It's going to come across with a probe scout nice and early, try to see what's going on. Hey, big congratulations, Spud Doctor. I am very glad to hear that for you guys. We are very lucky up here, Sydney. Nothing's closed up. Glad to hear things are opening back up for you guys in Melbourne. Get back to your normal routines. Get down to the gym. Go spit in someone's mouth for fun. You know, all the normal things. We've had the pleasure of being able to do that pretty much the whole time. So hopefully you guys can as well. And yeah, it's good stuff. So SCVs there. Probe coming back on in there. And it's going to start to pick off these SCVs as well as it can. Ooh, nicely done there. Probe does take down that SCV. Ruff, bit of a mistake there. Marine now says, oh, you piece of shit. How dare you? How dare you? Takes it down. And this is about as close to a normal build as you're ever going to see from Ruff. Except it's not at all because he doesn't have any gas. He's only building Marines one at a time. And it looks like he's going to get proxy stargated. Honestly, this just looks like a build order loss. Like, Ruff is quite vulnerable to cheese because he doesn't SCV scout so much, guys. And in this game, he doesn't have the advantage of that quick tech that he normally does. I think he's just dead. I mean, if this Protoss just starts building Void Rays from here, sends an Adept and a Stalker to pressure, runs past the bunker with them. He's going to build a factory now, but if he doesn't have a bunker already up here on the high ground, this is going to be absolutely deadly. And Ruff has no information. I don't know how he wins these games, honestly. He's going Tech Lab on the barracks. Okay, that's actually kind of good because he can swap that, get Cyclones out. Oh, Felix messes up. Builds a shield battery and vision of him, gives him a big tell. Okay, what is Ruff going to do? Immediately builds a bunker. A massive mistake from King Felix there. Shows his hand with his shield battery and gives away exactly what he's up to. Okay, more Marines are building. These 4 Marines going to corner that Adept. 4 Marines, easy fight for them against 1 Adept. It will get 1 shot off, will it get a second? Yes. No chance to kill a Marine, though. These Marines can start working on these batteries from the high ground. That command center can always evacuate if need be. I'd actually build a second bunker here as well if I was Ruff. Instead, he's just pulling a lot of SCVs ready to repair. He knows a Void Ray will come out, and he's going to have to just do a crazy fight. He needs a lot of money ready. He needs to be able to repair this. He's got a Marine out in the open. Unfortunately, he's going to lose some of that damage output. Already the Void Ray snags a kill there. And picking off SCVs as well. Ruff, ooh, he tries to save his SCVs. I like this micro, though, from Ruff. He actually clicks on the shield battery there, but the shield batteries get micro to heal each other. Does end up losing one of them. Oh, a Widowmine gets out. He's trying to build another. It's just Marines and Widowmines desperately trying to hang on right now. Felix here is just trying to bust through with raw healing versus damage output. Second Void Ray is here. A lot of SCVs will be falling in the near future. There's only 3 shield batteries left, though. And he's got to keep changing targets. He's got to keep using prismatic alignment. Ooh, gonna get the Widowmine. Yes, nice snipe there. That other Widowmine's off cooldown, though. It can get back over here soon. If he just keeps hitting the bunker with overcharge, then hit the SCVs. When they run away, hit the bunker again. Felix. Oh, he keeps chasing a bit too far. That Widowmine, can it get burrowed? It can, and that is going to be a punish. If he goes too far forward now, he's going to take a Widowmine to the face, and that'll be huge. Oh, if he focuses the SCVs one more time, that'll be good, but he's got to watch out for that Widowmine. Oh, the Widowmine just inching forward the SCVs. If he loses that bunker, Ruff is dead. Ruff is 100% dead. He needs to pull more SCVs. He's got to pull more SCVs. If he loses this bunker, he is done. But a Widowmine fires. The Cyclone's there. The shield batteries are low. Oh my god, I can't believe he's not pulling more. He's got 2 factory Cyclone though. If he can afford Magfield, he's almost got enough gas for it. He'll be fine. He's got a lot of SCVs and mules mining. Now, he does not have Magfield ready. That bunker's still very vulnerable, guys. It's not being repaired right now. Oh, this is a big problem. Ruff here making things way harder for himself than it needed to be. If he kept that bunker up, these Cyclones were going to devastate, but now they don't really have that safety measure to fall back on. Wait. He built an armory? Only Ruff would think to build an armory here. He built an armory so that it can't be sniped after they fire. These Widow Mines actually create a really good safety net for these Cyclones. Oh. Magfield starting, and he even does it on the back tech lab. Very good foresight. He knows this front one could get sniped. Man Center there looking a bit exposed right now. These Void Rays looking to try and lure those Cyclones, but the further they come away from the batteries, the easier it is for them to go down. Gonna try and fight that factory for now. Ooh, he loses a Cyclone. A mistake there from Ruff. He should really be trying to use the open area up here. Oh, big Widow Mine shot though. Another one comes off cooldown. One of them goes down. Trying to commit to this factory, but Felix has used up all of his battery juice. He has not got a lot of healing. He's got 2 batteries up there. These ones though are all dry. An Oracle build here. He's going to try and use the Revelation and keep busting through. Only 1 factory production left and a bit of supply block. 2 more factories are building. He's not building depots though. Ruff is in panic mode right now. He really desperately needs more supply depots right now. There's a Nexus up behind this. This game could go a lot longer. Felix is transitioning out of this, but he's still building Void Rays, so he wants to get more damage. The thing is, as Magfield kicks in, that's 25 seconds away. That's where things become super deadly. Now Ruff here moving those Widow Mines forward just a little bit at a time. Void Rays there. The Oracle's going to do a Revelation. Remember, Revelation's very cheap. It's good detection these days. Good pull back on that Widow Mine. His Widow Mine's microing around. Ruff's going to come forward here. Ooh, Magfield's not quite done, but triple lock onto a single Void Ray says goodbye. Now Magfield's done. If you thought that was a lot of damage, it's doubled versus armored units. Void Rays are going to disappear to this next wave of lock-ons. They got to be careful, man. Look at that. Straight through. No chance for the battery to heal through that. He's up on 2 bases. He's on 25 SCVs. He's got a lot of mules. He needs to start dropping those mules. That would put him way ahead right now. Ruff has a Widow Mine spready, though. He's looking good with that. Cyclones can move forward. Blink is on the way, as well as Gateways behind this. Up to 36 probes. I mean, the thing is, Ruff really needs to shut this down right now. He's going for a Ghost Academy and Drilling Claws because he's Ruff and he's crazy. He's the only person who'd think to play Ghosts and Drilling Claw Mines from here, but he's going to do it. Does take down 1 of those pylons. Void Ray is looking for a run by, but that's a one-way trip. That's a crazy maneuver. Oh, lots of these going down. Shield batteries are falling. Ruff's SCV production, his mule production is just not there. He's been supply blocked on 54 for ages. I'm not sure. Ruff here, he's thinking a lot about the tech. He's trying to go nukes. He's doing all the fancy things, but he's missing his fundamentals really badly. He does another supply drop there, gets another round of units out. He's trying to build more factories. He's got so much energy on those command centers, though, and that's what he's really missing out on. I'm worried that Felix is actually going into a good economy and blink. Meanwhile, Ruff, he's building a cool unit set, but he's just not macroing as well as he could, so he's missing a few SCVs. There's lots and lots of mules. There's so much money sitting there not being used, and I'm worried that these guys come in and kill a bunch of SCVs in the main. Thankfully, he is building a missile turret, though, so he will be prepared against that. That Stalker count scares the shit out of me. It's all about the Widow Mines. If those Cyclones get caught without the Widow Mines, they're going to get blasted. But if you can bait them into blinking onto the Widow Mines, it's going to look pretty good. Ooh, Mass Repair. Get out of here. Mass Repair says, get out of here, you cheesy Protoss player. Take your Alpha of Chad Rays back to Cucktown where they belong, mate. That is a big push coming across. He's even got a Ghost in there with a nuke, remember. So he's going to set up Widow Mines. He's going to try to build turrets, and his Cyclones are going to lock on units. He's going to nuke the front of the base. What a cool counter push. That's so many Stalkers, though. I'm worried he just gets overwhelmed. I do think if Felix just runs at him, he can take this on. Felix is a bit afraid, though. It's a little bit wary. Oh, big EMP lands. Man, a lot of those Stalkers already taking so much damage. Some of them do go down. He does it. Oh, I think that nuke's not close enough. Oh, he's going to try to just use it as a fallback nuke. Interesting. Does blink back after taking out 1 Cyclone. Battery overcharge, healing everything up here. Well, that nuke is just a zoning nuke. Does not find the big damage behind this. Ruff is just trying to rally more cyclones. He's trying to make it work with this, but I really do feel this Protoss player seems to have figured it out. I think the Stalkers could actually just engage. I really do think the Protoss could just attack, A-move this, and blink back weak Stalkers, and he'd be fine. And it looks like he's figuring that out as well. He's going to break out of this. He's got way more money here, way more Stalkers, but the tank swap is underway. Ruff realizes how dire of a situation this is. Those Stalkers come in and just kill him. If he gets a few tanks, though, spread across the high grounds, that'll be good. He's starting a third CC. His SCV production, though, is a bit intermittent. He's finally dropped those mules, which is going to give him a lot of mineral income. But his work account's not great. King Felix here on 43 probes, a massive 25 Blink Stalker attack moving across this map. Oh, I mean, Ruff here is really, really dancing with death. This is actually crazy that he's trying to commit here. I mean, the Observer's going to come forward. Oh, a nice scan. Gets rid of the Observer. Nicely done. The fact that Ruff is out here is actually insane. I get he kind of wants to scare the Stalkers back, but his army is so much weaker right now than these Stalkers. If those Stalkers like could come in on an angle or anything, he's in trouble. But at this point, those tanks look like bait. Oh, those tanks, big bait for the Stalkers. Stalkers don't take it. They take a few big shots and get out of there. The wise decision. And it looks like he's preparing for a Battlecruiser tech switch. Starting +1 weapons there. He's going to float his third command center down. Still not a great work account, but you know what? Felix here, adding a Robo Bay, hasn't found as much as I thought he would with these Stalkers. I thought these Stalkers were going to be blinking in, killing everything, but they haven't really found much at all. Just forced Ruff to be very careful and defensive. Does clean up that Watchtower vision. Still one Widow Mine out of the map. More mass Stalkers coming across the map. Stalkers are a very flexible unit. They're very good if you micro them just right. I do think if they blinked into this main, I don't think Ruff could deal with that sort of maneuver. But look at this. The Widow Mines are now starting to get vision outside his base. Well done. There's lots of tanks. You cannot go into that, Felix. Oh, big tank volley. One Stalker goes down. A lot of them getting bruised. Disruptors on the way here. The two Chads defending from drops. And it really... Oh, yeah. You can tell that Felix wants to force things, you know. Ruff is setting up the ultimate dream TVP defense, which he is a god at, by the way. And look at that. He's picking off dudes with just Widow Mine spread out. He's having a nice time. The Stalkers really look like they want to force the issue, and they just aren't finding an opening. These tanks keep moving around. And Felix here is going to start adding more Robos, more Stargates. He's kind of confused. What do I do from here? How do I break this Terran who's very happy to just camp and sit there? And I think the answer is to take a fourth and a fifth base. The fourth base goes down. +3 attack. Lots of Disruptors. Disruptors can be very good. They technically can outrange siege tanks. They're very good at clearing the rest of the units. But Ruff's economy is now growing. He's getting a Fusion Core, 2 more Tech Lab starports. He's going to start the Battlecruiser tech switch here. Missile turrets going down to stop drops from getting into his base. And this is the way he likes to play it. It's just pumping out those Battlecruisers a few at a time. Trying to do that and trying to work his way forwards. Felix here. He's got Disruptors on the way. He's going to be Gravitic Boosters to try and speed up the Observers and the Warp Prisms, probably. I think Gravitic is Observer? Yeah, that is Observer. Does anyone know the name of the Prism? A speed upgrade? Don't Google it. Type in chat right now. Type in the YouTube comments. Off the top of your head, did you know what the Prism speed upgrade is? Because I have no idea. It is Prism speed as far as I know. I don't know the difference between the graphics. I always have to hover over it when I'm going to make them. Flux Veins. Flux Veins is for Void Rays. It is a speed upgrade though, so not bad. I have no idea what the Prism one is. Well, high-sec auto tracking is going to give extra range to the planetary and the missile turrets. First 2 Battlecruisers are on the way, as well as Yamato. +2 air weapons. So Ruff has shown he doesn't care about armor upgrades on the Battlecruisers. He much more focuses on the attack. He just wants to kill his enemy units before they kill him. Teleport out of trouble where he can. I mean, that's damage. It's a depot. You're forcing the repair on the eBay. It's something. It's not bad. Oh, King Felix accidentally flies the Oracle in. It's trying to go DTs behind this as well. Yeah. King Felix, I think, is really going for all the right tech here. But maybe not the big enough economy, right? I think against this sort of turtle play, you really need to have a big buffer economically, because there's going to be such cool harassment coming out of Ruff. Hellions could drive into your mineral line, Cyclones can run in and snipe Nexi, and the biggest one, the Battlecruisers. Those Battlecruisers can just fly into a base, kill a bunch of probes, teleport home. So if you're sitting on too low an economy, you don't have enough gateways, enough war pins, enough money in the bank, one big good round of harassment and suddenly Ruff is just overwhelming you in the macro game. Right now, by the way, Ruff is just running his tanks around in a blob. He has no idea where the enemy is. So he's trying to get up this ring of defense, but he's very worried about getting busted, and he can't really afford to split his army up. It's so small. +1 plating on the way. Flyer attacks on a second Cybercore answering on the Protoss side. Carriers starting up. All right. Carriers are not bad. Get a few of those, but I think Tempests would be the best. Ooh, spots it with Revelation. Cancels the Carriers, starts Tempests. Nice reaction from King Felix here. I do think King Felix is missing some big opportunities to get in and find damage there, right? These units are all going to hit their expiry date. Some people who play StarCraft, I think the reason they're not as good at StarCraft is they grew up in a rich household, you know? If you've never grown up with any scarcity at all, you know, the milk goes off, you just go, eh. You have half your food in the restaurant, you just chuck it out. You're like, oh, you take it away. I'm like, you're not getting a fucking doggy bag for that? What are you doing? That's the same attitude you should bring. You should be hungry as a StarCraft player. Every single unit should be important. Should be very important, sacred. You got to take care of those units. And these Stalkers and these Disruptors, they're not terrible, but I think they could have been a lot more valuable earlier in this game. I think they could have denied this base. I think they could have been a lot more active, but the Protoss player, you can see, has really lacked the vision. Has got an observer here or there, but they keep getting sniped off. Look at that missile turret. That one does go down there as well. And Ruff, look at this. Ooh, gets an Oracle in the middle of the map. The thing is, he's shutting down the vision of Protoss so well, and the 4 Battlecruiser run by, they've got +2 attack. They're going to fly on in there. Yamato! Ooh, he's going to lose one. Oh, he does lose one Battlecruiser. That's unfortunate. Would have been good if he teleported back home. Battlecruiser is going to do some good stuff. There's a lot of Cyclone Hellion over there, but ooh, almost loses a second Battlecruiser. Does end up saving 3 of them just barely. Ruff's trying to run in with the Cyclone Hellion. I think he's got to get out of here. This is a perfect target for Felix to jump on with those Stalkers. He's going to try to, but a bit slow on it. Ends up just jumping into their mag fields and taking some damage. Cannons are going to take out a few more of them. He's going to try and blink after. He actually could have blinked that gap and then would have been able to chase this all down. As it is, Ruff is making him pay with these Cyclones, running around the scenic route and just picking off those units as he goes. SCV's starting to touch up these Battlecruisers. Of course, it is 2-1 upgrades for the Battlecruisers. No vehicle weapon upgrades, but they're not really needed in this game. Meanwhile, double Cybercore upgrades getting chronoed. +2 attack, +1 armor. We've got shields as well as ground armor upgrades on the way. The only problem for Felix is that Felix is both not making any aggressive plays against a very turtly opponent and is also not massively expanding. This is the sort of game where I think Felix had an opportunity, to go up to about 100 probes with absolutely no fear. And then there could be more bases, more cannons, more batteries, and most importantly, trading out these Stalkers. As that Battlecruiser count grows, Stalkers will not trade well. 6 BCs, this is fine. Stalkers will smash the shit out of that. If you get enough Stalkers on that, they'll do great. 10, 12, 14 BCs, they're going to just grind you down, man. And this BC mech comes forward here, starts to just Yamato everything. One Battlecruiser does go down, unfortunately, but still a good trade overall there for Ruff, taking out a few Tempests, a bunch of other units. And what is the answer for Felix? I mean, Mothership's coming out. There's Immortals being added in. I think more Tempests and use those to start sieging Ruff, right? There's not really anything to deal with the Tempests right now except Yamato. You start picking away at them from the edges, you can really wear them down now. These Stalkers going to clean up those Hellions. 3 Cyclones, though. More than a match for 3 Stalkers. We don't mind spreading out across this map. And the Stalker's going to go down here. Nicely done there by Ruff, cleaning up a bit of vision. Stalker's finally going to find an opening on the south side. There we go. Stalker Disruptor, Void Ray Tempest going to jump on in, try and find some damage. Remember that Ruff really should have, I think, taken on even more damage in the early game. He almost died to the initial Void Ray Shield Battery cheese, but held on like a champ, and now we've got this long, crazy game. Cyclones running. They're going to snipe that Nexus. Big EMPs land on this army, but where is the rest of Ruff's force? He snipes that Nexus, but he's getting ravaged at home. All of his tanks are way out of position. His battlecruisers are going straight across the map. He never set up any defense over here, and he's in danger of losing his production. Oh, Felix backing out. Felix, you could go in and win the game. Oh, he's going to recall his Stalkers. He's trying to go home to defend. Oh, I think that was actually a bad move by Ruff. I think Ruff could have taken out all those Stalkers. He's got so many battlecruisers, but he's actually going to go for this part of the army. He wants to get rid of the Tempests. Ooh, a couple of Yamatos land. One Tempest falls, but a good pullback by Felix, who I think wins out on that trade. I think he could have won out even more if he went into that main base. He's very careful and doesn't want to get caught out. Still a mass of Blink Stalkers here. Insane upgrades for Protoss. But they're catching up for Terran. 3-2 upgrades are going to be kicking in. Those battlecruisers going to go from awesome to incredible as those upgrades just turn them into massively powerful units. They can go toe-to-toe with anything the Protoss has got. There are 13 battlecruisers out, a 14th one on the way. Still no defense on the natural, interestingly enough. Ruff is trying to expand to this top side of the map, but his production's looking a bit bare. A few Widow Mines do burrow there, which is a good choice. Does, of course, see this army moving around, but he's not really moving to respond to it. He's just diving across the map with his battlecruisers. It's 10 seconds until Tactical Jump is back off cooldown. He's going to run in, take out one of these very important bases. Felix, remember, like I said, does not have that big buffer. He's got a bit of bank right now, but only 70 probes. You lose 20 or 30 of these, your income takes a significant hit. Ooh. Oh, it doesn't even run the probes. Ow. Oh, that was a lot of probes going down. Over 20. More battlecruisers coming in. They all teleport out after that. No reason to stay there. Would have been nice to see some Yamatos first, but Ruff doing what he can do. And what have we got? Just more Stalkers? This Protoss player just thinks Stalkers are the only unit you can build in this game. I mean, Stalkers beat battlecruisers, but you've got to be actively trading. You can't let them get a gigantic economy. I mean, I think they still beat the battlecruisers if the battlecruisers aren't supported, but not with the tanks. Not with the tanks there. Not like this. Do not engage into tanks with Stalkers. Oof. Those 6 tanks with an awesome volley. I'd love to see some more aggressive Yamato usage here. Individual Stalkers, Tempests, Immortals, whatever you can take. I think Ruff could be a bit more active with that. Still got a Ghost, by the way. That's pretty sick. He's got these Ghosts that just keep landing killer EMPs. There's a lot of gateways up in this game, but the worker count is not being rebuilt here for Felix. Is maxed out on 46 Stalkers, 3 Immortals, 4 Tempests, 6 Disruptors. Now, if you keep roaming around the map, you can always find a weak spot. Tactical Jump is not actually ready right now, but oh man, the Mama ship goes down. And Tactical Jump, it's not quite ready. Ooh, there we go. It's off cooldown, but he doesn't even need to use it. He's winning this fight. A bunch of Stalkers recall, but that's not all of them. The Stalkers are going in a few at a time, and these Tempests, oh my god, the first Tempest just died then. A second Tempest does go down, teleports, and it's a YOLO teleport. Oh, he's going to try and bait the Stalkers into the Widow Mines. Oh, you absolute troll, Ruff. You absolute monster. Look at that. Ooh, does lose one of them. But there's a few Widow Mines there. The Observer comes forward. Felix does not fall for it. He's going to take out those Widow Mines. Nicely done here by Felix. Ooh, takes a few big Widow Mine shots, actually. Still a couple of Yamatos there. A couple of the healthy battlecruisers move to the back there and say, no, 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 no. Does look like the Observer went down as well, which means those Widow Mines are still up. 68 SCVs versus 43 probes. And remember, King Felix has not been replacing these probes, has lost these Stalkers so inefficiently. 74 Stalkers have gone down for 5 battlecruisers in this game. And that tells you a certain story, doesn't it? You've got to keep map vision and you've got to intercept them. You can't be running back into them piecemeal, dude. You've got to be blinking underneath and taking them out. And right now, Ruff is freely expanding to both sides of the map. He's in a dominant position. It's similar army supply. There is still hope for Felix, but he's only now rebuilding those 5 probes at a time. More Tempests on the way. These units going to come on into this base. Ruff's command center does get cancelled. Still no defense on his production. It's been a soft spot this whole time. Felix has kind of assumed there's lots of tanks up there or something. There's not. Once again, runs across the map with his whole blob. The battlecruisers do a run by, and he's left chasing his own tail, trying to get home. He's thinking about going in here. Not a good choice. There are so many tanks up there. EMP lands on some of the units as well. He's going to try to take this base out, but I'm not too sure about this one. Widow Mines. Watch out for those Widow Mines, mate. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, these tank shots. Oh, headless chicken. This is a headless chicken Protoss right now. Running around like a headless Karak. Honestly, just doesn't know what to do in this situation. King Felix, the Protoss player. And does it really surprise us? This is a Protoss player who made 17 shield batteries and 4 void rays from just below Ruff's main base. I mean, I'm not saying I'm too surprised, you know? Probably could have seen this one coming, in fact. And +3 armor's finally on the way. Vehicle weapons as well. How many battlecruisers is this? 15. Oh my god, the fleet. Battlecruiser fleet operational. Holy shit. Oh my god. That is a lot of battlecruisers, guys. Oh my god. It's a lot of Tempests. It's a lot of Tempests and Stalkers, actually. Oh god, those BCs need to get out. Oh, those BCs are getting hammered. They're getting hammered. Oh my god, he loses so many of them. Oh, wow. That's what I was talking about. If you intercept them, Stalkers are not bad versus BCs, guys. We just saw like six BCs die, something like that. There was quite a few. A lot of them got wounded, didn't quite die. So maybe not as much Stalker focus fire as there should have been, or Tempest focus fire. Felt like a bit of an A move from King Felix. I think he could have confirmed at least 6 or 7 BC kills there if he doubled up his focus fire on everything. And looks like those Tempests coming forward now. Felix still got a bit of room to breathe, but dealing with this battlecruiser fleet has just proved to be a big problem. 4 BCs building at a time now. They have the 3-3 upgrades, 3-2 Tempests, and 3-3-2 Stalkers all coming forward. No siege tanks here. Siege tanks are going to go push the left-hand side of the map. EMP though. Oh, when you EMP, you've taken half the hit points off all those units. The battlecruisers are just going to jump on it. I'm surprised he doesn't chase it down. I guess they're still quite wounded. Ruff's like, all right, if you back off, let me repair. I'll come back in later. DTs are now working their way into the base, but the missile turret does spot it. Battlecruisers will clean that up. These tanks moved over to this left-hand side. An interesting position to siege those tanks. Maybe thinking about expanding to this base. Oh, here we go. Stalkers, Tempests, they've regenerated most of their shields. They're going to come up here. And those battlecruisers look mighty dangerous. The Stalkers and the Tempests come forward. You can see some nice target fire from these Tempests. And, oh my god, is it enough? The battlecruisers just headbutting over these Stalkers. They're starting to fall, but so is the Stalker count. The Tempest count has almost been completely obliterated. Only 6 battlecruisers remaining here. Only a few battlecruisers remaining. 4 battlecruisers left up against 8 Stalkers. The 4 battlecruisers do win that fight. They stand triumphant at the end of that. Ooh, you see the fact that it is absolutely possible to take down battlecruisers. It's the supporting units that have made those fights terribly inefficient for the Terran up to this point. That fight, I think, was pretty close to even. But you see the economic advantage for Ruff. He's got this top base mining. This base super healthy, even transferring workers off to the other expansion. This base has still got a fair few minerals, and Ruff just showing you how it's done with the mass battle cruiser mech. Protoss player not getting big enough in this game. Too focused on the Blink Stalkers, in my opinion. Ooh, Widow Mine's picking off Stalkers. Another one's going to fire there. Ooh, still gets the splash damage. Just looks desperate here for King Felix, who has not been expanding freely behind this. I think against this sort of player as Ruff, a lot of those players need to go to Estrella's school of double expand, I think. I think Estrella's school of double expand, probably a good way to play against mech. Those who don't know, Estrella, one of the best Protoss players out there, who is so obsessed with double expanding when he realizes that he's got to swap back into economy after trying to make an attack work. He will just drop 2, sometimes even 3 Nexus within 1 minute periods, and go super duper greedy from there. Stalker's running forward on this 3rd base. They're going to come in and take out some of those units. Ruff now is just chasing around this Karak. He's like, dude, I already chopped your head off. I get it. You've got a really interesting physiology out here in the Caprulu sector. It's not quite the same as a chicken that ends up running itself out. It goes for a bit longer, but you're done, mate. I've got as many battlecruisers if you've got... Well, okay. There is 3 Stalkers for every battlecruiser. That's still not enough. 3 Stalkers for every battlecruiser. I don't think that's going to cut it. Down 40 army supply. Gateway's getting depowered. Probe's getting massacred. And being forced to take a messy engagement, he isn't even going to be able to get his Stalkers properly underneath this. Yeah, does get a decent blink, but a lot of those Stalkers aren't fighting right now. The Battlecruisers could hang out there and fight on that ledge just about forever. Remember, they're air-to-surface range, same as the Stalkers, 6 range attack. Going to go and take out the Nexus in the main base. And King Felix, it's just a matter of coming to terms with the fact that you got busted by the mass Battlecruisers in this game. Oh, is he watching? Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, observers do come down, can slowly clear that one up, but not before a few Stalkers go down. Battlecruiser's having a party, mate. They're having a party, mate. Slight fast forward there. Waiting for the Protoss player to realize where he's at in this game, but yeah, not great movement from this Protoss player, honestly. I think the way he let this top left-hand side of the map get expanded to, the style he was playing, he needed to be in there, stopping that sort of stuff. We need to see more Zealots and DTs and things, running into bases, Blink Stalkers getting more aggressive earlier. King Felix is going to try to go for one big YOLO. EMPs land on the Stalkers. Battlecruiser's trying to hold on. And the rest of the Battlecruisers come home. They say, oh, someone pressed the panic button at home. Quick, let's get home. And goodbye, Stalkers. Ooh. Ooh, wee. That's 166 dead Stalkers, fam. Look at the units lost. Oh my god. Almost a 2-to-1 units lost there in the favor of Ruff. And what a lovely display of how to make it happen. Absolute domination. GG, well played. Thank you very much, Ruff, for sharing another one of your fantastic replays. Make sure you guys go check out Ruff's channel. Links are down below in the description. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and support the Patreon if you have the means and have been enjoying the content. We'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye and good night. Thanks, fam.